Well, you know what? I forgot to open up the blinds because we have more light with that. But okay. Yeah. So yeah, why don't we open up the blinds? Because you know what? Not everybody's here anyways. So I'm sure. Hey guys, I know we're live, but you know it's.
Oh, we're live.
We're live.
Yeah, we're live right now. But we're just getting ready. So today we're going to be doing. I'm going to be doing some trades, showing some how to trade this or scalp this. This market, as we look like we're going to be blowing off at 15,000, maybe even today. Anything can happen. We're just going to see. But before that, I'm going to introduce you to the team because you know what? I don't do this alone. I have a whole team backing me up here. Let's start off with Chris, who's the editor, the guy who we just recently hired, and he's been doing all these cool edits, right? He's adding the sound, adding the motion, and cutting, making me look really good, basically. So yeah, Chris, why don't you introduce yourself and tell everybody what you do here?
Right, so my name is Chris, also known as Gringo Moran. I like to edit videos. Really enjoying editing the videos here for Davinci. So yeah, I get to watch him during the live show, tell him if he's going on too much about any particular topic, which doesn't always happen, once in a while. Mm-hmm. And then after the show, I edit it and I'll add the matrix effects. I think we came up with the idea of Bitcoin Morpheus together. Yeah. So I don't know if you have any references, by the way, for movies that you think apply well to Bitcoin or cryptocurrency and like learning about all this stuff, like the Matrix, or I don't know, something along those lines. You can include in the comment. There could be another character in the works. And for Davinci, so
right, yeah, let's do that. That'd be cool, man. We could come up with some other character. You know what my favorite movies are, right? People, Aliens, and The Matrix, right? So yeah, you know how I am. I'm 5x5 in the pipe, 5x5, right? So, anyways, let's go on to Luis over there.
Hello, everybody. My name is Luis. I'm a developer. I basically work with everything related with tech, with the Pandora software and the Telegram group. So if everything is related with binary code or whatever, I'm on it.
Yeah. All right, why don't you do that in Spanish?
En español. Somos multiculturales. Mi nombre es Luis, soy un desarrollador y yo trabajo en todo lo relacionado con tecnología, específicamente con lo del grupo de Telegram, con Pandora Wallet, todo lo que tiene que ver con código, ahí estoy metido.
Awesome. All right, Carolina, your turn.
Hola, mi nombre es Carolina. Oh, I did it in Spanish. Just one.
You did it in Spanish?
Yeah, okay. Should I do it in English?
Yeah. In English.
So my name is Carolina. I've been working here for about 3 years. I'm a journalist. I actually do the blog in Davinci Codes. I supervise these guys. I also
she's the second big
so I just try to make sure that everything's running as smoothly as it can. I try to keep Davinci on track, and pretty much that. I've been learning about crypto, and it's been quite a ride.
Yeah, when we screw up, she smacks the black out of us. She smacks the black on us.
Yeah.
All right, and last but not least, Inti.
Yeah, they already know me.
Yeah, I think.
I'm Inti Campos. What is actually my charge?
Well, why don't you say that in Spanish, actually, since everybody knows you?
So they don't know what I do here exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Don't have seen me in your videos.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
a trader in practice.
Yeah. I'm administrator. What was the charge? Administrator assistant junior. I'm the former Davinci Codes trader. Currently on practice, you already know. You have seen my trading. It's not that good, but it's going to get better along the time. You want it in Spanish now? And I'm the sidekick of Davinci on his awesome streams.
All right, awesome. All right, so I want to know, right? Starting with Chris, what do you think about Bitcoin? Actually, do it in Spanish. Can you do it in Spanish?
Sí, por supuesto. Bueno, con mi experiencia con Bitcoin, ¿qué pienso de Bitcoin?
Sí, exactamente.
Creo que como tecnología, como puede ir la evolución de alguna forma como el sistema monetario que tenemos, porque el dólar, como tenía una monopía, en el mercado de monopolio, eso. El dólar tiene un monopolio así terrible, malo en lo que es el valor. Así será bueno cuando salga el Bitcoin más popular y todo eso, va a facilitar que más gente puede así como guardar su valor y no perderlo todos los años, todos los días con la inflación, porque de verdad la inflación es una mierda. Así, eso es lo que yo me
You shouldn't do that on this. You shouldn't say that on the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta eat that out. That's your job.
That's fine.
You can't edit that out.
No, exactly. Too late.
Yeah, most people say not Spanish, please.
Exactly. Okay, fine. No Spanish then, English then. Okay, what he was saying, he was saying basically the inflation is really bad, and yeah, that's why he likes Bitcoin. All right.
Yeah.
How about you, Luis?
Well, I just gonna say that Bitcoin is the future. Like on a technological way, Bitcoin is just genius. If you think about it, it's a way to handle all your money only using technology. There is not like middlemen on the way, like for example banks. Yeah, well, you already know who is that, the banks. So yeah, basically Bitcoin is the future. What I can say, like in the finance system, like in the technology. Also, it can be applied to other stuff, like for example, artificial intelligence, and it is already been done. So, give me what you think.
Nice, nice. What do you think about Bitcoin, Carolina?
So when I started, I was definitely not a believer, not an investor, and I was a coiner, and I would write about Bitcoin. And now I do believe, I love the fact that there's another option out there rather than just fiat cash in the world. And I love the fact that it's revolutionary in the sense of taking the middle person out of transactions of investment, taxes, and all that in between. And hopefully there'll be a time where we won't need exchanges to take out crypto and to actually use it, and we will just work with decentralized exchanges. So yeah, it is the future, and we're still newbies in it. And yeah, I think it's definitely gonna rock it now, right? I mean,
Exactly.
we saw that today,
Exactly.
and
It's
I
crazy.
think it's just gonna keep on going up.
So what's the price right now? It's at $14,117. So no rocket ride just yet. But we're going to be talking about that in the charts in a moment. Right now, Inti has some words to say about Bitcoin. What do you think?
Yes. If I would find only one word, Bitcoin's freedom. It's finally our ticket to freedom out of all this dirty system that has enslaved us through banks, through inflation, through I don't want to say taxes, but the way they steal your wealth without you even noticing. Most people, they lose money every day. They know they lose money every day, but they don't know why, and they don't know how to counter it. Before Bitcoin, they had nothing to do about it, and now we do.
All right. Well, awesome. Before I let these guys go, I'm going to tell you guys what I think about Bitcoin. And when I first saw it, I realized that I could actually transfer money across the internet. Now imagine if I tried to send you this through the internet. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, right? You can't do that, right? Now you could send value across the internet without giving up any kind of private information. So, for example, if you said, well, I got PayPal, Davinci, and you got PayPal, so you can send me to that. Okay, do you want to put your email in the chat group there so that everybody can send you a message? No, you don't, right? So you have to give up private information, right, in order to send any kind of amount of money in our current digital world. And you know what? It's centrally controlled. When I receive PayPal money, immediately I get a letter from PayPal saying, hey, you know what, you need to KYC, we don't have enough information about you, and you need to give us some more information so we can send it to the tax authorities. And it's like, it's ridiculous, right? And that's the direction that we're going. And it's not about, you know what, our direction in humanity when it comes to the governments and saying, hey, we need some more laws to protect against money laundering. No, that's all. When you see the word money laundering, it's evading taxes. Just replace it with evading taxes, and because they need to get taxes so that they could live in a lap of luxury and continue to have power over you. And we need to reduce that. And with Bitcoin, we will do that, and we'll be able to take back our powers from the government and put it right in those rightful hands, which is the people. Voting does not get you anywhere. It's a waste of time. The only thing that gets you somewhere is wealth, and with Bitcoin, that's what you're going to have. You're going to have your wealth stored up and be able to see your wealth increase in value over time, and be able to have extend your power through your wealth by voting with your own money and pushing the government in the direction that you want to see it. All right, so with that said, guys, I think it's on to the TA. So thank you guys for coming, and
Bye bye.
Good to see you, people.
hang around. We're gonna do the TA now.
Que estén bien, chao.
All right, that was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Meeting the crew. I certainly did, and showing you guys the crew. So let's head over to the charts. Alrighty, Bitcoin. Please go to moon. Stop going sideways now. Don't leave by say we're going down to 1K, but no regrets say we're bottoming out. I love that song for some reason. It's great. All right, so as I was saying on Chris's show, right, that this Bill Ramy, right, you could have taken 2 to 1. Really, you probably should. Now that I think about it, probably a 1 to 1 was the real target, if you ask me. Let's see here. I bet you it is the real target, 1 to 1. Oh, not quite. Just almost there, about a hair. But again, what I said was the best thing to probably do was wait for a W pattern. And you just don't know where those W patterns are going to show up. And it looks like on this scalp, looks like we might be able to. I might be right on this, right? Because we had what I was saying on the show, and I should go over that once again. Is that with this candle pattern, right? We see a candle pattern, what's called a bull rami. It's not a really harami, right? Because that's the actual technical pattern. The actual technical pattern is where there is no wick below on this the secondary candle. Because we have the wick below, which is I call it the feet of the baby sticking out of the pregnant mom here. That's not quite harami, so I just call it a bull rami. And I'm just bastardizing the actual harami candlestick patterns, because the harami is very rare, right? In candlestick patterns, right? All right. So with that said, the way you trade that is if the next candle over, once you see a harami breaks above the top of the wick on the previous candle, that's your entry point. And you could take that to 2 to 1, right, from that turning point there, at the bottom. So that's what I did, and that's an example trade, and we're gonna see if that works out. Now, we don't know how long this is going to take because it's like the 5-minute candles. We're not gonna have a lot of action. So I'm going to, because a lot of you guys want to learn how to trade and learn how to do some cool stuff on trading. So I'm going to take it down to something scary. I'm going to take it down to the 1-minute pattern where you scalp the 1 minute. That is messed up. That's where you really can get some serious damage. Right? Because the market is so low, has low liquidity on the one minute chart that they can paint the tape, right? And so you will get abused, right, a lot on the 1 minute. All right, so with that said, let's take a look at what, oops, that's the 1 hour, sorry. Let me just go down to the 1 minute. Oof, wow, okay. So there you go, there you have it. What do you see? Lots of WWW actions, right? So you could actually take that as a trading point, right? As a possibility. So let's just take this particular trade off, right? So that you guys can could see this thing better, and I'll remember the trade and I can put it back. So and then again, we have because we have the Wing patterns here, you can see that we haven't broke through these lows here. So you could effectively, you've got 3 lows to hold you actually. So effectively, a breakout is a very good trade here, and it's already taken off on the 1 minute. So again, right, we're looking for W's, right? But unfortunately, it's not a good trade location, right? So let's take a look at the trade location, whether or not it was a decent trade location by using the Fibonacci levels. And so and let me just set the Fibonacci levels, right? And then we'll see whether or not that was a good trade location. 78.6. I'm gonna leave out that number here because I barely use it. So the 0.236 is, I ignore it. It has some significance. It just happens too fast usually in a trade. So I just basically ignore it. So what we would have liked is to have this come back down to the 78.6 to give us some sort of trade location and do this Wing pattern at the 78.6. Because it didn't do that, this is very concerning of a trade. It would make it a lot stronger to do this kind of trade, this Wing pattern, and taking it on the breakout and taking it maybe to 2 to 1. Because you know what? The key thing about trading, right, is that, especially when you're scalping, is that you want to be able to take, you want to be able to get paid. Why do you want to get paid, right? 2 to 1 is because with scalping, what you're doing is you're only want to be right 55% of the time. Anybody who looks at a trader and says, "Oh, look at that guy, he's wrong so many times. He's just so wrong." No, you got to look at this trader and see, okay, well, overall, are you making money? Yes or no? That's the only thing that matters, right? Because trading is not about being right all the time. It's about being right more than 55% of the time and behaving in the market like a professional. That's what it's all about. And making decisions correctly and not chasing the market, not getting angry at the market, and doing the wrong things and going, "Oh my God, I was so right on this trade and it wicked me out and now it's going in my direction, so I gotta buy now." Yeah, if you do these kinds of things, that's where you get wrecked. And you know what? I do these kind of things, and so I don't. That's why. Oops. You know what? I just realized I did not set this fib correctly. I keep doing that lately, and I gotta stop. I gotta stop because it really it's messing me up. Even though that doesn't mean anything this time around, because I know there's nothing to trade here. I think I got into a bad habit somehow of not making sure that my fibs are set in the exact levels, and that messed up a trade, a short trade, which I would never have taken. All right, so you can see that we're coming back into the zone, and yeah, should you take it? Yeah, of course. The breakout was still valid. It was valid here, right? If you did it, it was valid, and it was valid here if you took the trade, right? So it's still valid right now because we're on a 1 minute chart, and this could happen. The decision of where this thing goes is going to happen in a very, very short time. And look at this. Look at your risk. It's 0.21%. So this is where the 100x comes in, right? Everybody who says, "Oh, we should be using 100x," then you don't know how a leverage works and how you can use it to your advantage. Let's just say you came into this market with $1,000, and the maximum you wanted to lose is $50. The amount you have to bet in order to lose $50 on a 0.21% trade is actually very tiny. Let me see here. You would have to. Let me see if I can pull up that. I have a spreadsheet that I actually do. I just put in the numbers, what the 0.2%, how much I want to lose, and then boom, it tells me exactly how much I can actually bet. And I don't have the spreadsheet here, do I? now. I'm gonna take me a second. Take me a minute to get it up and running. And so yeah, that's what I do. And I put in that number, and then it tells me, okay, well, you have to bet maybe $10,000 or $100,000, and obviously you don't have that kind of cash to bet. And so what you do is you use the 100x leverage to bet that high amount on this 0.21% loss, and that's how you use high leverage, right? And now you're looking, oh my God, you're gonna get busted out. You're gonna get busted out. You just let it go, because anything can happen between now, because it's on 1 minute chart, man. Let it go. Anything can happen, right? Especially since we've got higher lows here, right? And now we're creating a new higher low on the 1 minute chart. You have to just let it go. Let it go. Don't fret. And another key thing about trading here on the lower time frames and trading with this is you do not let it ride. You do not go, oh, okay, we made a little bit extra. It went higher than that. I think I should just hold on to it. Don't think so, bud. You just get paid and you walk away, right? You could try that, but it's not gonna end well. All right, so let me just go over to the stream here and see what everybody's saying here. How you guys liking this little educational program on trading? Is it? Are you guys getting any value out of it? Do you want me to talk about something else? Just want to get the feel of the audience here. Is it boring you? Opinion on Unitrade, BitConnect. Who else? Okay. There's nothing interesting. Real nice. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. Just took profits in Bitcoin. Awesome. Excellent. Metal Bug 999. Way to go. Loved it. Okay. Great. All right. Yeah. Looks good. It's perfect. Nice. Super great. All right. Awesome stuff. Make Skype call with Chris. MMCrypto. Okay. I guess I could try calling him. I don't know if he's going to answer. Right? And I don't know if it's gonna work, but I could call him and see what happens, right? I'm sure he's busy, right? But let me call him. Chris, you want to be live on the show right now? I am live right now, and I've got you on the show right now, guys. Can you see Chris? Right? Yes, you can. Right? Yeah, so we've got Chris. You like that? How do you like that? All right. So Chris, I had showed all my staff. I talked about my staff. All my staff was here. They were talking about what they do, how they contribute, and so forth. And yeah, and we also asked them, what do they think about Bitcoin? What do they think personally about Bitcoin? And I even asked myself that. And so I want to know your personal opinion on Bitcoin. What do you think about it? Think about all the things that Bitcoin is to you and describe it to everybody.
Beautiful, gorgeous. No, I'm joking. Right? Let's start with the facts, right? So, of course, I love Bitcoin. I love it because it's, let's start with things where it's better than gold. It's borderless, it's divisible, it is much cheaper to transact. Let's say you want to transfer $1 billion worth of physical gold from the United States to Thailand, you have to pay the
Okay, hang on a second, Chris. Hang on a second. There's no sound. Hang on. Let me just turn up the volume.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you guys hear Chris right now? Say something, Chris.
Hello, test.
Can you guys hear him? Say something else, Chris.
Hello, test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3.
No, nobody can hear you. Okay, hang on a second.
Let's just go over to my microphone. Okay, it should be fine actually.
Hang on a second.
Sound capture. Yeah, How are you capturing the sound of Skype with the software?
Yeah, I can see the mixer is working, and I can see you guys. Okay, there you go. They said it's much better now.
All right, so now everyone can hear me.
Okay, cool. All right, so
Yep.
again,
Okay.
let's start over again. What do you think about Bitcoin?
I think it's amazing. It's disrupting the monetary system. It is divisible, much more divisible than gold. It is much more portable than gold. It is cheaper to transact than gold, actually, because the only real gold is physical gold. Of course, you can transact paper gold very cheap, but it's not real gold. It's inflatable. So if you want the real gold, Bitcoin is much cheaper to transact. Actually, the only thing where Bitcoin is lacking compared to gold, which is already one of the most amazing things in the history of mankind, is the reputation and the track record, right? But this is the same thing for everything which is new. Everything starts off somewhere. So, of course, we have to let some time pass. But other than that, I think Bitcoin is absolutely beautiful. And the most important thing is the scarcity, because it is even more scarce than gold. Because here we have a certainty of a capped supply, 21 million, right? For gold, like, it is very, very, very scarce. Like, you go to the ocean and find me some gold, you'll probably not do that easily. But, I mean, there is a supply inflation every year. And for Bitcoin, it will eventually end in 110 years. So in my opinion, if I would have to choose between gold and Bitcoin, I would certainly even choose Bitcoin. So I think it's completely amazing. And the best thing is, it's our scapegoat out of the slavery of the central banks. So by buying Bitcoin, you are voting for freedom, you are voting against 84 central banks in the world. So I think Bitcoin is absolutely beautiful.
Awesome. So I would like to know what your price prediction is for the end of this year and for the end of next year. What is your price predictions? It's your personal opinion. You don't have to be right. You're just coming up with your personal views on the price action.
I would say sometime next year we could easily hit six figures. Easily. 6 figures by 2021. And 6 figures could be anything between 100 to 300,000. I mean, who am I to predict how much money Jerome Powell is going to print? Who am I? Like, it's very, very hard to say, right? But I think easily six figures by next year. For the end of this month, I mean, it's too many exogenous risks. It's like 60 days, but I'm really hoping that we are knocking out the 16K level. But we are still like, we still have to go out of this upward sloping trend channel. If we get a massive rejection here in a few month retracement, I have a hard time believing that this is going to happen. Like this year is very hard to estimate.
Yeah, exactly. So I also think for my personal opinion for where Bitcoin's going to be. And oh, look at that! The trade's still going on the 1 minute chart. You know what?
What minute chart? What are you doing, Davinci?
Yeah. So why don't you bring up the screen, right? You bring up my video. You can see the charts as well. You can see yourself in the video.
I will check it out now.
Yeah,
I will check it out now.
Okay.
The 1 minute chart, man. Wow.
And so we're trading. We're doing scalping, right? I'm showing people how to scalp the 1 minute chart, right? So, I know it's ridiculous, right? You're gonna get pushed around like crazy. I already said that, right?
That's good.
So the right now we're trading something on a 1 minute chart to see what happens, and nothing's happening. We're still in the red.
You know, if you upgrade to Pro on TradingView, you can even go to the 1 second chart.
Yeah, I know. I can. It says right here, 1 second. I can go down to the 15 second, 5 second. Should we trade that? No.
Like if anyone from the traditional world is seeing that you are trading Bitcoin on leverage on the 15 second chart, I think they would not believe that.
Yeah, you need a bot for that in order to pull that off, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway,
but how's your trade going?
It's still working, right? This trade we're looking for the Wing patterns, right? It's not the greatest location, but you know what? It really is creating higher lows. It's created a new higher low. So I think this trade is going to be advantageous But be careful. We're probably going to see like some sort of like scam wick and then go, right? Because that's how it is on the 1 minute chart, right? You're going to get those from time to time, and you're just gonna have to live with that when you're trading it. So that's how scalping is. It's not fun, right? Not a fun thing to do at all.
I'm staying out there, man. I'm happy with my 2, 3, 4 trades per month. And this is like I can sleep at night, and it's just amazing not to hang out in front of the charts every single second. But man, I saw you raking in serious trades here. So of course, like if you know what you're doing, scalping is amazing.
Exactly. It's about people knowing what they're doing, and not about oh, you know what? I'm going to go into this market and guess how to trade this thing. You do that, and if you come into this market, right? Let's just say you come in and you buy the market, and then you go, oh my God, I'm winning, and then it starts losing, and you go, oh my God, I have to sell. If you feel like that, you're not trading properly. I used to be like that. I used to be, okay, I think now's the time to buy. Now, I buy now. Oh my God, no, it's going down. What should I do? Oh my God.
That's the thing. Like whenever things like this, whether it's fear, whether it's greed, like any kind of emotion is coming in and impacting your trading decision just by a little bit, your likelihood of not succeeding significantly increases, right? So that's why these measurement tools, Fibonacci measurement tools, pattern breakouts, they're just amazing because you are acting upon a specific set of rules and you are able to exclude your psychology. And this is why I really like trading if it's done properly. And that's amazing why your channel exists, because you are heavily focusing on that. And I think your audience is very, very educated when it comes to this.
Exactly. Yes. Both our audience is well educated on this stuff, right? So, I'm wondering. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What got you into Bitcoin? What was the first time you heard about Bitcoin?
Wow, like the first thing, and I think it was the case for most of the people who got in around this time, was I got approached by people with MLM schemes, like these cloud mining and all of these pyramid schemes. And I thought, wow, this sounds horrible. So I just Googled it, and then I found this guy, Julian Hosp, and some other people talking about Bitcoin. And quickly I found out, wait, this is not a pyramid scheme. This is not like an MLM or so, because I studied economics before, and I knew about Keynesianism, I knew about the monetary system, I knew all of that. I knew the flaws about it, I knew everything, I just didn't know the solution. So when I started Googling it, I think it took me 1, 2, 3 days to really understand the whole magnitude of this, like for all my viewpoints I already had on the monetary system. And after I understood that, like immediately I went in and I actually had a plan, a dollar cost average plan. And it was like end 16, beginning 17, and I just completely negated that. I was so fascinated that I just dumped everything in immediately. In hindsight, it was a good decision, but of course, like usually you should dollar cost average if this is your rule. But I was just so fascinated by it that I just immediately went in, and then I decided to make the channel here with a few friends. And because it went well, and I thought, well, I'm good in talking, I'm good at sharing my knowledge, and why shouldn't I help to get this thing out and to get the word out and to get more people into the system? So this is why I started the channel, and so far it's going well, man. We are really reaching a lot of people.
Yeah, I know. Wow, the Telegram group that you have like almost 20,000 people in that Telegram group. Absolutely incredible, right? And it's growing really fast. You have like your average view rate is like 30,000 views, right, on your channel. So if you haven't checked out Chris's channel, you have to check it out. Excellent content. Everybody loves Schwarzenegger, right? And yeah, he's always fun to watch. He's got a lot of energy, a lot of power. So yeah, if you want to get pumped up, Chris is the channel to watch, man.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much. Very nice words of yours. Very nice words of yours. I am actually pretty sure that 95% of our audience is the same. Like everyone who's watching me is watching you, and the other way around. But everyone who's not doing it, of course, make sure to come over. You're very, very welcome to do so. Davinci, what are your thoughts on the markets right now? I mean, I really want to know. Bitcoin is still consolidating around 14,100, the previous high. You think we are going to break it this night?
Yes, I think we are set to explode to the $15,000 mark sometime today or tomorrow. I would have expected it today, actually. It would the bigger it is. But then again, if it doesn't happen today, it might happen tomorrow, and it might even continue beyond that. I'm wondering how far beyond that could it possibly go? And if we were to look at the chart here, our weekly chart of Bitcoin, and take a look at what the Fibonacci levels we can have, right? I don't know if you can see this, right? You're looking at the video.
I want to add one thing. Do what you want. I just wanted to add something. I want to know if you agree, because we always mentioned so far we didn't have the blow off top. I think if Bitcoin breaks out now and goes to the next price target, whether it's 15 or 60,000, whatever, like hopefully we go there, but if we go there, I could imagine we will see a temporary blow off top there and a consolidation afterwards, the shakeout we were all waiting for maybe throughout a few days or weeks. Do you think this is going to happen, or do you think after these price targets there's even more upside to come?
Yeah, there could be more upside to come, because we could see the 1.27 level matches the 78.6. It's the line in the sand for the bears. They've got to hold us down there if they want to make some money. They're going to have to sell the market really hard at that level. The line in the sand is when you're in front of a raging bull. Probably the line in the I've noticed the line in the sand usually gets broken very fast, and then things get out of hand basically shortly after that. So yeah, we could see this thing as high as 16,500 before we actually see any kind of correction worth you selling your long trade position, your super long trade position. Yeah, for those.
It's going crazy. I think it's now at $400,000 in profit or so.
Yeah, just in case somebody doesn't know about it, why don't you tell everybody about it?
Oh yeah, so I have 3 long positions open. The first one is all the way back from June, I think. I opened it at the symmetrical triangle breakout, $9,400. This one is still open. It's ludicrous funding fees on that, because at the time I opened it, it was just everyone long. But still, like, this one is approximately $105,000 in a profit. Then I have another trade on Femex, which I opened at a 22x leverage at, let me think about it, I think $10,750. This one is right now at $145,000 or $140,000 in a profit. And then I opened one trade on Bybit on a 20x leverage at 11,400 something. I have to check it. And I have actually stop losses set now for them. 12,850, 12,680. But actually, when we break out Davinci, I will increase my stop losses, of course. Just that you know, I will increase the stop losses. This is the reasonable thing to do whenever we break out. You can either have trading stop losses, but I think I will just increase my stop losses for these trades. Just to make sure whenever I'm wrong, the market goes against me, I'm going to be stopped out in a very nice profit. So yeah, that's the story about my trades.
Well, Paul has a very interesting question, right? And I want to answer that question because it's very important, right? He said, Davinci, you are always saying that BTC will distribute wealth, but the rich are buying also BTC. How will there be new distribution? That's a very good question, right? Very good question. Now, information does not get out to everybody all at the same time. And this is why not everybody is obviously in Bitcoin. And over time, obviously, people will come to Bitcoin and learn what Bitcoin is at their own times and be able to buy it, obviously, at higher prices. Now, you're saying, well, wait a second here, man. If they have to buy at super high prices, they can't afford any. Yeah, they will not be able to buy a whole Bitcoin, but they will be able to buy fractions of a Bitcoin. And the point of this, them doing so, is not to have a whole Bitcoin. It's to have a wealth preservation unit that can increase in value, that can and will increase in value over time. And that's what they will get. And now you're saying, well, the rich will have all the Bitcoins. Well, guess what? Right now, the rich has all the dollars. And on top of that, if they screw up, don't worry, they'll print more and give it to them, right? If they need more, they get more. No problems. Do you get any more dollars if you need more? If you can't pay the rent? No, because there's a famous saying, right? If you owe the bank $1 million and you can't pay, right, you've got a problem. If you owe the bank $1 billion and you can't pay, the bank's got a problem.
The bank got a problem.
Exactly. And so, is that fair that those people get bailed out? Right? No, it's not. And now this is how they live. This is how they live. Imagine a world where they don't get bailed out. What will happen then? That means your wealth will increase faster as their wealth decreases faster. Think about that.
Yeah. I think it is a very, very nice thing that we are all in Bitcoin right now, that we are lucky enough to have had this information distributed to us at this specific point of time, because eventually one day everyone will know about Bitcoin. And the later you know about Bitcoin, you have the tendency that the price will be higher at that point of time. So I think we can be very, very happy, and everyone will be so jealous of us being that we were able to buy Bitcoin at $14,000 per Bitcoin, or like Davinci J15, for example, at $1 per Bitcoin in 2011, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was part luck and part, the fact that I was like talking about cryptocurrency. I mean, not cryptocurrency, but gold and silver. And you know what? If I had just stayed following what's his name, the guy who runs Run to Gold. Darn, what was his name again? I'm having problems remembering people's names, man. Run.
What do you mean? Maybe I can help you.
Gold. His name is exactly. He runs this website, and I just can't remember.
Maloney?
No. His name is.
Peter Schiff?
No, it is not Peter Schiff. Oh my God! It doesn't have his name. It doesn't have his name on this website. But anyways, he has this. He's a lawyer. He's into Bitcoin. He was into Bitcoin very early stages. I just can't. I've totally forgot his name. He used to have like a lot of articles with his name on it here on this website, but now I guess he took them off. I don't know. I just don't know where. Let's see. Let's go to his blogs. Let's see if he's got his name here. No. Where is it, dude? Let's see here.
Maybe in the meantime, everyone watching can leave their price targets for the end of the year in the comment section. I'm watching the video here and I'm looking at the comment section, so we can get the people activated while you're searching for the name. Guys, leave your price targets down below for the end of the year. I want to see it.
Yeah, he repeats a lot of his stuff, right? So that's why I stopped watching, because reading his blog, right? Because it was very repetitive. And so I wasn't learning anything, but if I stayed with, there's his face. You guys see that? Let's bring him up.
As a report,
Trace Mayer. Trace Mayer, that's it.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
He was in this thing very early on, and I was reading all of his stuff for a very long time, but then I got bored of his stuff. And if I had just kept reading it, because he got in when it was like, pizza days. Right? Like cents, pennies, right? And I would have loved the boat, because here's why. Do you believe it or not? I was like, on one of my YouTube videos, I mentioned, hey, listen, guys, what do you think about me figuring out how to create a currency that's digital, that's not centralized, that can't be controlled by government, right? And everybody thought it was this dumb idea. It would never work, right? Having a digital currency, who's going to want to buy that, right? And that was around 2009, January 2009, and people shot it down. And the stupid thing is, I said, okay, fine, I'm still going to build it. And I went looking at I started researching how to build one, a digital currency. And then everywhere I was reading, it was like, yeah, lots of people have tried. It's called the double spend problem. You can't really solve it, right? It's been a problem in computer science since the early 70s. right? No one has been able to solve this double spend problem. So once I saw Bitcoin and I saw what it was easy for me to go, yeah, this is gonna work. Right? And then I promised people, hey, you know what? If you buy this, right, I will guarantee your money. I actually have videos on that. That I will guarantee losses on your money if you buy this asset. Now, who does that? Nobody.
No, like you were so sure about it. I can remember that. I
Yeah,
can remember it.
exactly.
Magical.
Yeah, exactly. So, how you doing over there, man? I mean, I always see you in the hotels. Do you get out much, man, in Turkey?
Yeah, of course. Like today we had a cocktail class, then we had a cooking class, and I go to the gym, to the sauna. But like most of the time, I'm of course sitting and making a video or something like this, or maybe enjoying my time in the sun. I'm just here to calm down a little bit and relax and get some time off. But tomorrow I'm gonna go to Istanbul probably, and then to Dubai on Friday. I don't know if you're going to join. Would be amazing.
Yeah, my wife gets back today, and she gets back late. So I wanted to talk to her face to face about that going to Dubai. I really do want
Maybe
to know.
she's watching.
Yeah, if she's watching, I'm going to be in trouble. But yeah, so I really want to go, and I'd rather do this face to face so that you could get the reaction, right? You know how women are, right? They have the reaction of yeah, fine, go, or fine, don't go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No matter what, even fine go is maybe sometimes not that good. So it's good to talk.
Exactly, exactly. It's like fine, go, but it's like fine, go.
But the moment you actually go, that's the moment she gets angry.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna find out. Yeah, I'd really like to meet you up in Dubai. So that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be nice, and we can do some in-person content, some in-person videos directly on the charts, like we did it a few times already. Would be very, very nice. Happy to be on your channel. I think it's the first time. You were already on my channel 100 times, so it was about time to finally.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, so you know what? We have 1,200 viewers right now. We're having a great time. And yeah, it looks like everybody else is too. They're enjoying in the chat here. Oh man. Okay, let's see here. Why is everybody like swearing right here? When will we start the trading? Okay, well, we did start a trade. We're on the 1 minute chart. What can we do, man? Like, take a look at this, right? This is the only trade we found so far in the 1 minute chart, and it's a good trade. It's still going good. We're still we're still positive here. We're in the negatives, but still, it still looks like we could probably pull this one off. It's just we have to wait. What can we do?
yeah.
Right? We can't push the market and tell the market to move. Right? We have to wait. So
yeah, I mean, if you're unconscious, if you cannot wait for the outcome on the 1 minute chart, maybe trading is not for this specific person, right?
Exactly. He wants action right now, and we're about to get blown out. Oh yeah, we've already broken the first low of all the lower lows, and the Bollinger Band has opened up, right? Let's see here. Let me just remove the settings here. Show price labels. Hit OK. Get rid of the price labels. Oops. The price labels.
This is the thing, man. Most of the times these things just go down, trigger stop losses, and just jump back.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. You can see that the Bollinger Band is opened up, right? That's not a good sign on the wrong side for us. We're below the 13 EMA on the 1 minute. Things are not looking so hot for us. And so we might get blown out of our long position, and that's the trader's life, right? And so you have to look for the next trade, right? So right now, if you're scalping the market, you should not be concerning yourself with the loss. You should be like, okay, this thing's going to turn against me, so where do I want to get in on the next entry? Okay, looking at this, I would say the Hail Mary trade. Right? The next trade for me would be the Hail Mary trade, which is my 78.6. I will hit the bid at that mark.
But you're not out yet, right?
But as a trader, You just have to just go, okay, that's it. What's my next trade? If you're doing
But
scalp
are you
trades.
out yet already on the trade, or are you still in?
I'm still in it. It's just that
Yeah.
on the scalp, because it looks like I'm gonna be blown out. I need to look for my next trades and forget about this one and consider it done, and then go, okay, well, what's my next idea? My next idea is the 78.6, right? I'm thinking the what's it called? I'm gonna get here. It gets to the 78.6. I do a Hail Mary trade. Hail Mary, Mother of God, pray for our sinners from now from then to time. And basically, you wait for it to just come at you, and you enter that trade, and then you see if it turns or not. And that's basically the 78.6 is the line in the sand for the market. So hey, it's a perfect place to place a bet and see if it works out. As you can see, we are bouncing on the 1 minute. Let's zoom in.
1 minute sounds so crazy for me, man. I'm just watching. I think the last time I actually used the 1 minute was when all was going negative. That was the fun thing to do for me. But like for trading, I think I would be just.
Yeah, well, the 1 minute looks like it's turning around. So we just have to wait until it breaks above the 13 MA, and then we can go. Oh, we can go. This close.
This turns out to be a bounce, man. You had a great stop loss in this case.
Yeah.
I love it. Like when it's just like directly bouncing above.
Yeah. So look
Nice.
at that. Yeah. So we're turning around. I was hoping for a little bit more action, Jackson, but that's how it is. Right. The market will do whatever the market wants to do. Right. And we are going slowly. Right. And we're gonna slowly see whether or not this is going to turn out well. So whilst that's happening. We're gonna stick around for another 12 minutes, and then we're gonna cut it off, right? Because watching the markets is almost like watching paint dry. Sometimes, right? Especially the 1 minute chart.
How about the elections? Are there any news actually?
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Let's find out
Yeah.
who has won. Because if it's Biden, right, that's gonna dump the markets, especially the Bitcoin market, a little bit harder in the December timeframe. The reason why is because of the tax policies. We're going to have 40% a capital gains tax on Biden. Now, I'm not trying to be political here. I don't care who wins. It's for me. It's the difference between a rapist and a murderer. And you could say who's a murderer, who's a rapist. It doesn't really matter. They're both bad, basically, right? And that's the point, right? So. And that's not a choice. And so, so whoever wins, we just have to deal with it, right? Deal with what comes at us, right? And let the chips fall where they may. And so, right now, nothing. I'm surprised that this is like this, right? Right now, so what it looks like if Biden's in the win here, right? So he's here, he's going to win this Wisconsin. What is it? Wisconsin. Right, he's winning this little state up here, Michigan up here, obviously, Michigan. Trump right here, Trump down here, and so Biden won these two, so that's it. So Trump's got to win one of these, right? One of these three states to win it, or he's done. Right, so Michigan, Nevada, Arizona, or something like that, in order to win it. I don't think this is enough for him to take it, but it's going to be interesting because I bet you it's going to come down to a wire on. Let's see, on Michigan there is it's 100,000 vote difference, not even 100,000 votes. It's 40,000 votes. That's enough to contest. You know what I mean? To contest.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to let's see here, Arizona, 100,000 votes. It's borderline, but it's still enough to contest. Oh, look at this, 8,000 votes, right? Difference, right? So
I'm just checking right now here. Yeah.
So we can see there's going to be a contestant. They're going to contest the votes either on Nevada or Michigan if we come down to the wire. So that's 8,000 votes. That's nothing. That's something to just say, hey, we need a recount there, right?
Yeah.
So. It's going to be interesting. Going to be interesting indeed. It might drag out for weeks. And if that happens, the stock market's not going to like that.
No, they don't like uncertainty, man.
Yeah, the stock market is going to be brutal. Oh, look at that! We're back up in the green! Alrighty. So, yeah. We're just waiting to see if this trade works out, right? We're in the green, and we just have to wait, basically. It looks like it's going to work out now. We're above the 13 EMA, but anything can happen, right? You can see we've turned back round, and we're back in the neutral zone of the trade where our trade entry came in. Nothing positive right now. We created a new low. At least it was not as low as the first two lows. So that is a good sign, and we can continue with this trade. If we get to 50%, I'm going to move the stock to break even and call that a day on that trade. So let's just see what these guys are saying in the chat room, because we're going to be wrapping this up in about 8 minutes, and then we're going to call this a day. I had fun with all you guys chatting here. Do you guys have any questions, interesting questions for Chris or I? Please leave it in the chat group, and we will do our best to answer it. Biden is only leading because of fraudulent postal votes magically appearing. I can only assume that you know something that I don't. I don't know anything about that.
I saw like Trump was getting very nervous about that in the last 60 minutes. Like he was making many tweets talking about votes just appearing. So I don't know about whether it's right or wrong, but I saw like a lot of noise about this topic. And Twitter seems to be partially censoring these statements. When you go to the Twitter channel, you cannot really, you have to press a few buttons to see the tweet of Donald Trump.
Yeah, this Jennifer is saying, I love how this video is about Bitcoin, and all anyone can chat about is Biden and Trump. Well, Jennifer, you know that this is a kind of important event that's happening, right? It will provide an outcome for where we see Bitcoin and the rest of the markets occurring in the next 2 months. What happens to the market? So, for example, if Biden wins, of course, we're going to see taxes, so that there could be a possible dump, right? If Trump wins, we're going to see the markets rally. I don't care who wins either way. I just want to know how to take advantage of that, the whoever wins, and adjust my portfolio based on that. So that's what we're looking at. It's not here nor there for me whether or not. How about you, Chris? Do you care about who wins?
I could care more, I could care less. I'm pretty interested to follow this much more than any other TV event before. Didn't watch any TV for 4 years, but I could care more as well. Let me phrase it like this.
Okay, so.
But in the end, I remember the last time 4 years ago. Of course, I knew, like for example, if Hillary wins, the likelihood that there will be more wars in the world is higher. So, like whatever happens, I don't want any wars to happen, like economic decisions or whatever. But I just don't want any wars. So at that point of time, I cared much more. Right now, I'm just not educated enough since I didn't watch any TV for the last 4 years.
Yeah, same.
I just knew that I didn't want Clinton to win back then. That's what I remember for sure.
Yeah. Back then, I did not want Hillary to win either. So. Yeah. So, anyways, look, Mohed has a question for you, Chris. Previous bull markets had 30% corrections. Do you think the percentage drop will decrease in this bull market?
It's a very interesting question because, like, once a market gets more bigger in terms of market cap and more liquidity, more mature, the volatility usually decreases, right? Like we see that in all different kind of asset classes, in gold, in stocks. So from this theory, it could decrease. But then if we look at the percentage decline, this time we went from 20,000 to 3,100. That was like, what was it, 7%? Then in the last cycle, we went from 1,300 down to, what was it, Davinci? You remember 150 or I don't know?
From what level? Did you say?
From the high in 2013, we went down in the bear market in 2014 to what level? 200, 150?
Yeah, $200 on average, but the lowest point was $157.
So this is very similar to the decline we had in the last bear market, percentage-wise. So just judging from this, I don't have any assumption telling me that we will decline less than 85%. But like, who knows in the end of the day? Who really knows? Like, I think the stronger the parabola, the stronger the euphoria, the deeper the correction will be. This is what I know for sure. But I'm expecting at least 80%.
Well, Chris, I think the real question was, he wants to know, in the immediate short term, right? For example, as we get higher and higher, will you see 30% corrections? Like, for example, we've seen in the past when we're in the last bull market, do we see a correction? So, for example, we go to 15,000 and a 30% dump down. Will we see that kind of level of dumpage?
I thought he means from the next all-time high, the decline in the next bear market. But to answer this question, I think very, very high degree of certainty, yes. I could even imagine much higher than 30%. Like, of course, like, for sure. I'm expecting that for sure. But even if we go down up to 18,000 and then decline to 12,000 or to more, or even lower, like, I think really this is possible. It's just people have to be shaken out. There are many people who are many weak hands entering the market right now.
More than 30%, you believe?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why do you feel that there's more weak hands than strong hands?
I mean, right now, maybe not yet, but they will be coming. We usually have a few waves, and the last one, once it's going vertical, this is where the weak hands are going in. And I could really imagine, and just judging from history, we always saw in every single bull market multiple 30 to 45% retracements. We saw that in 2016-17 also, where we had more strong hands than percentage-wise, maybe even than right now. All right. Because like the earlier we go, the stronger the hands should be and the smarter the money should be. And in 2016-17, we had, I think, 6 retracements between on the weekly between 30 and 45%. So I don't see a reason that this should change now.
Well, I think I have a little bit of differencing opinions on that, only because I think this time we have like, what's it called, institutional buying, right? And because of the institutional buying, I think they have a stronger hand than the what's it called, the retail. And since this is mostly institutionals that are moving the price at this point in time, because you need big money to move this, because we're in high numbers now. We need big money to move this. So, and the retail's not here. They're just not. Just the retail in the sense of the people who are watching our videos. They're here, of course. But the average Joe, they're not. And they're not selling their house to buy Bitcoin like I am. They're not.
And your gold.
Yeah, exactly. They're not selling their gold to buy Bitcoin. So I don't see that 30%. I see the 30% retracement now. I don't say that it's not impossible, because that 30% from the top here right now where we're at is like what's down 4,000.
It's 5 o'clock.
That's like 9,800. That's possible. I think we'll probably do that at a higher level at the 15,000, and then come back down to the 10,500 is where I'm thinking what we will see if we do have a 30% correction. But I think this time it won't be that deep. I think it will be 20% correction, and so that's what I'm guessing, right? Because of we'll see stronger hands in the market. All right, so I'm gonna wrap this up by talking about my trade, which got, we're going higher. Look at that. I don't know. Can you see that? Can you see that, Chris? Can you see that?
I'm
Look at that.
So I'm checking it out myself.
Look at this scalp. Look at this scalp. It's just a beautiful. Oh my God. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Oh, wow.
So,
what average you went in?
Well, it was 100x, right? Because look, look, Chris. Look at the risk. I would lose 0.21% of my portfolio. Right? Let's just say I went 0x. I went 0x. Right?
Yeah.
It would be 0.21% of my portfolio. If I went 10x, right? That's if I went all balls to the wall full, right?
Yeah.
That would be 2% of my portfolio, right? If I was wrong. And if I went 100x, but that's like full on, I'd only lose 20% of my portfolio. Obviously, I'm not going to lose 20. I'm not going to do 20%, right? But you can see that I can do a high leverage, and with that, right? If I wanted to, which I wouldn't do this on a 1 minute chart, I can let it run, right? What if I let 100x move trade run? What to 15,000? What kind of profit that is?
Like just let it run out of fun. That could be actually fun, because what I see now is Bitcoin is pumping and we are on the right to the next retest of this upward sloping channel we were talking before. In case Bitcoin breaks it, I can see a serious parabola coming. Of course, we can get rejected, but I'm just saying, in case we break it, you're in this 100x trade. That can be interesting.
So, and then you would say, okay, but then again, right now, I would just, move the stop to this breakout level, which is at 14,138, which will probably get stop broken out. But I want to walk away with this trade with profit. So that's the that's where I'm going to leave the stop as we close out the today's session, and we watch the rest of this move, or as you guys watch the rest of this move for the rest of the day on your own, because you know what, this stream's gone a little bit long on the tooth, right? It's been an hour. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Chris, for joining us on this video, and I will see everybody tomorrow, including you, Chris, because don't we do a show tomorrow?
Yes.
All right, so any last words for everybody that's watching? Because right now we're at 1,200 people, still at 1,200. So yeah, any last words?
From my point of view,
Yes.
not sure yet when I'm taking my flight to Istanbul. Maybe we have to delay for an hour, 2 hours or so, but I think everyone will be updated on Telegram anyway before.
Okay, awesome. So always play from a position of strength, people, and don't get wrecked. And Chris, what do you got to say?
Don't get wrecked.
Yeah, and as always, guys,
Bye-bye.
cheers. Okay, there you go. That's how you do.